mobile phones came out, and we had the opportunity. Apple said in 2008, we'll accept outside apps. So instead of having to only use the apps that are built into our iPhone, you can do an app. At that point, classifieds were still our main business. So we said, well, let's get a classified ad app onto the iPhone. And we released that at the end of 1998. I went to the Affiliate Summit show in 1999, it would have been, I guess. I mean, 2009. 2008 is when we released it. 2009 Affiliate Summit in Las Vegas. And I was telling people about it. And one of my friends said, oh, my client would love an app. Do you guys do apps for other people? Well, standard answer in anything in business is always, yeah, we could do that. It wasn't ever our plan. It wasn't our model. We didn't really know how to do it, how to base it, how to do the contracts. But if somebody comes to you and says, hey, can you do this for me? We'll see. So we talked to them, found out what they wanted to do. It was Jones Soda, and they wanted an app that people could take a picture with their phone and immediately order a case of Jones Soda of their choice of flavor with that picture on it. And we didn't know how to do it, but we figured out how to do it. We did the app, we released it, and that was our first app that we ever did for a third party. And word of mouth spread. People found out, oh, you can do apps. So we had all sorts of ideas for our own things that we wanted to do, that we were, slowly working on. But at the same time, we were doing a lot of apps for other people, third parties, ad agencies, marketing agencies, people that, they didn't have the talent in-house. So they would come to us and we would build the app for them, for their client. So their client wouldn't really know that we were involved at all in many cases. Hundreds of apps done under NDA that I can't talk about. But we did apps for most of the non-US based car manufacturers. One for an electric car that we believe that Elon Musk was using the app we developed when he was testing something out on a electric car for an offshore manufacturer. Electronics companies, computer companies. We did some gamification of things for salespeople, a lot of stuff like that. And then over time, we did get some of our apps out there, and we were seeing people asking for the same thing. Some of the smaller businesses, companies, we've got a company blog, we've got announcements, we've got our About Us, we've got our Contact Us, calendar, this whole list of things that almost everybody had the same thing. So after building the same thing a bunch of times, we modularized that and created a website called You Build App, where anybody can come to the website, still there, a little clunky because we haven't updated it too much. But the idea is if you had content, you can go there and use editors that are pretty much the same thing you see on WordPress to upload pictures, put in content, modify the fonts. And then we had modules. We had a blog module, a news module, announcements, questions and answers. I don't know why I'm blanking on them because I normally have to go and talk about this and sell them, but you guys can check it out. You with a U, not the Y-O-U, but youbuildapp.com. And you can go there and build your own app, and we will then take that, release native apps for iPhone and Android. That is a one-time fee, get it released, and then if you need to update it every year, it's $100 and we'll do it again. We have another service. We found that people weren't all that excited about building their own apps, so we call it Prime Apps, Prime apps.com. And Prime Apps is basically the same service, but somebody comes to me and says, I want an app for my business. And I talk to them, I consult, I look at their website, and I look at everything they've got. And in general, as long as they're under, I think, 12 modules, I will build them their app. and it's $500. It gets released on iPhone and Android. $50 a month for maintenance, and for that maintenance, we always make sure that your app is released, active, working with the latest operating systems. You can come to us once a month and say, I need to change content, and we'll just change the content for you, and it gets pushed out to the app. So that's our Prime app service. We have full custom apps. I don't know if that banging is loud for you guys. We do full custom apps. A full custom app, the low end is probably around $5,000. The high end is what's your budget. We have done apps for over six figures. Those are very long projects, 6 months to a year. But yeah, it all depends on what your budget is, what you need, what you want. I may talk specifically about how to do an app in a future video. This was supposed to be history, and I'm sort of just going off for 17 minutes. And then our latest service, I should have had a version to show you here. I'll do another one just on this service. But our latest service is something that is hardware and software. We call it Gaggle. The website is getgaggle.com, GETGAGGLE.com. And it is a Bluetooth beacon worn on a slap bracelet or on a pendant or on a clip. You give it to your children, or imagine a field trip where you've got a class of 100 kids in a school and 20 chaperones, and each chaperone's got to look at their own group of kids and keep track of them, and all they do is they go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're just counting, just make sure they have everybody with them all day. That's all they're doing is counting. With an app, however, the app does the counting for them. So each kid is wearing one of these bracelets, and the bracelet is a Bluetooth beacon that the app detects. And as long as the app's always detecting it, everything is good. As soon as a beacon child goes out of range, then the app alerts, and you get an alert saying either beacon number 93, or it would say Joe or whatever is is not detected. Do you know where he is? And if you look around and go, yeah, he's right over there, you say yes, and then you go and find out, did he drop the beacon? Did he lose it? Did it break? Did the battery die? What happened? Sometimes it's, I know where they are, I just can't see them because I just sent 3 kids to the bathroom together, and so they're out of range. You say pause for 5 minutes. And of course, if they're lost, if you say, no, I don't know where they are, there's a map that shows the last location they were in the last time you saw them, as well as the ability to then contact all the other chaperones on the trip. You can make a phone call and go, hey, can't find them. Can you find them? And then finally, you can escalate it up. That'll send an alert to every chaperone, and all the chaperones will then see, oh, keep an eye out for this kid. But if they actually, if the kid wanders off and goes to a different group, you'll know that in the app as well, because it'll let you know this chaperone sees them. You don't, they're out of your range, but they're with Brad right now. And then you can go contact Brad and say, hey, Joe just came into your group. Do you want to keep him or do you want to send him to me? And you can figure all that out. And that right now, our initial market is schools, but this goes to everything. This can work with special needs kids. A lot of them are runners. They can just like bolt. Memory care seniors, pets. It can be used for museums. It can be used for schools. It can be used for families. You go to Disneyland, you go to the water park, whatever. So there's all sorts of uses for this. But we're starting off with the school market right now, and getting it is just soft beta launching right now. Yeah, we've done a couple tests in a couple schools, and we're trying to roll that out pretty much now. So that brings us up to today, and that's what we do. So maybe my next one, I'll make it a whole lot shorter than this and talk about the semi-custom modular apps for one, and then another one I'll talk about Gaggle. Alrighty, bye.